Hey guys, I'm Dr. Joe with Integrative Chiropractic and Extremities, and today I wanted to give you a little bit of an inside look as to how chiropractors view not just your spine, but the information that goes up to the brain and the motor output that goes back down. So often in chiropractic, you will hear the term subluxation or vertebral subluxation complex or motion restriction. We're all saying the same thing. That is a segment in the spine that is not moving very well. When that happens, it actually puts tension on the spinal cord through something called your dentate ligament, and that reduces the amount of sensory information that can get up to our brains. In return, the motor output that the brain puts back into the spine is going to cause those segments to tighten up. And we're going to have not as good movement there, making that tension on the spinal cord just last longer, and again, reducing the amount of sensory information, which is going to reduce motor output, and we can get stuck into this vicious cycle. What we do as chiropractors is find those motion restrictions in the spine. We put a correct line of drive through that motion segment to restore the motion. That's the adjustment. And in return, it takes the tension off that spinal cord, which is going to allow for sensory information to better get up to the brain, essentially changing how your brain perceives what's going on around you. Let me give you a different example of that. Let's say that I decide I want to go backpacking or on a hike this weekend, and I've got some pretty bad low back tightness and restrictions there. That's going to change how my brain is able to process where my ankle is as I'm stepping. So I might, in turn, roll that ankle a little bit, or not step. I might kind of pronate through the foot or something like that. And in return, that's going to come back upwind. So I'm getting poor sensory information. My brain doesn't know where that ankle is, and the motor output is going to be a little weaker, and we're going to get those spinal restrictions. When we adjust, then what happens is we free that tension up, we get the joint moving better. It actually sends better and more sensory information from the ankle and the spine up to the brain, which in return decreases the restriction, that tightening around the muscles of the spine, and we actually get stronger motor output all the way through that lower extremity. For those of you who have been in the office before, Extremities is in our name, and you've probably been through that functional extremities assessment that Dr. Kyle and I perform. And what we're looking for there is where can we adjust that spine, and often patients will notice even before we adjust the extremity, we adjust the spine and they get stronger, they get that better coordination. So it's not just in the extremities, it is how your brain interprets what's going on inside of your body and in the world around us. So again, getting back to that hiking, backpacking idea, if I know where my foot is and is moving through and I can feel the rocks and the loose dirt under my feet better, I'm going to be more stable when I'm making those steps, which is going to have beneficial effects upwind and is going to be easier on the spine because I'm able to get that better sensory information in and getting better motor input back out to the spine and to the extremities. I hope that gives you guys a little bit of an idea behind the curtain of how we view what goes on in the relationship between the brain, the spine, and the world around us. If you have more questions about that or want to learn more, come on into the clinic here. I'm Dr. Joe. We'll see you guys soon.